What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video we are going to be setting up a new tank, not here in the fish room, but you'll see where. If you remember in the last video, I did shut down the bowl. You can kind of see over there next to the 180 that the bowl is no longer, and that's because the fish are back here in a hang-on breeder box on a 20-gallon long. I'm going to pick the camera up, show you guys what's actually in that 20 long now, and then get all the fish ready to go to their new home. So let's go. Alrighty, so here are again the fish that were in the bowl. We've got 2 coolie loaches, 4 ember tetras, and 3 chili rasbora. And then the fish that are in this 20-gallon long are some female bettas. This is gonna be a female betta sorority tank. Not this specific tank, but the tank we're setting up, which is actually the 20-gallon rimless that we DIY'd a couple weeks back. So that's what that's gonna be used for. We've got 6 female bettas here, a couple kois, regular red, and this one here is supposed to be a blue rim, but it was not. It's not a blue rim. So nonetheless, beautiful little fish. There are 6 of them in here, and then again, all these little guys here. So let's get these guys bagged up and get them ready to go to their new home. Okay, fish are bagged up, and here you actually see there's a sponge filter, and there's another little bag right here. That's because I forgot to mention, in this 5.5 gallon there were another group of ember tetras. So we had ordered 10 of them. Unfortunately, only 4 of them made it, so that's kind of, you know, a big risk you're taking with ordering fish online. I plan on getting more, just not from the same seller. I'm going to see if I can get some more elsewhere, but I am going to be bringing these fish with me as well as the tank. This is going to be a backup tank just in case the female bettas squabble a little too much or one gets beat up or whatever it may be. There's a little hospital tank to put them in, so that's going to be coming with us. Again, all the fish are here. Got the sponge filter, the fish from the bowl, the 4 ember tetras, and then the 6 female bettas in here. I put it in the one of their Indie almond leaves in there just to keep them a little calm, give them some hiding. And yeah, let's get this 5.5 gallon empty, and we got to get some of the moss that's in here out of here too, because that's coming with us also. Okay, got everything I need: tank, heater, pump, and all the fish in there, as well as the plants. They are in the styrofoam box. Don't think I'm missing anything else over here. See the 180, quick little glimpse of the 180 there. But yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything else, so let's go ahead and get everything packed up and ready to go. Okay, everybody is here. We got styro in the back here, stands back there, the 20-gallon long is back there as well everything else that we need. So set the road and get to setting up this tank. All right, so we are here at my sister's apartment. She's gonna be getting this betta sorority, so we've got everything here. Stand, I gotta level that out. Yoga mat to put under the tank itself, just so there's no pressure points on the stand. Tank, all the accessories, you see a few goodies in there. Bucket, and the styrofoam with the fish. So let's just get this set up. Okay, tank is in place. And my sister actually got this cool little 3D printed little hut thing. So this basically goes in the corner of the tank here like this. And there's little holes here that the fish can kind of go into. So this, I'm assuming like the cories and stuff are going to be the ones going in there more than anything, but it's pretty cool. Got the yoga mat underneath cut, nice and flush, so you can see it's black underneath, nice and level now. I'm going to put some water in the tank and level it out because I didn't bring my level, so let me get the water in there. Okay, so I got a little water in the tank, leveled it out front and side, so it should be good to go now. I'm probably going to put some substrate in here first. That way I can get this little cave stuck into the corner, because it's going to go in this right hand corner here. So let me get that in there. Okay, so substrate is in. You see the tunnels kind of right there. I am going to put white sand inside of the tunnel so it's a little bit bright in there. And I do have it sloped So it's higher up over here and much lower over there. That's how my sister wanted it, so we're gonna do it like that, obviously. Her tank, not mine. And you can see in here, this is like the little cave area where some of the fish are gonna be able to hide. So as you can see, I did put the sand inside of the little cave area there. There is some spots, oh, not even filming it. But there are some spots kind of towards the back here where the sand will level out, especially once the fish go in there and stuff. So I'm gonna leave just about this much substrate in there. This is really more just a little hidey hole for maybe the cories and the loaches and stuff like that. So next step, let me see what I'm gonna do next. Okay, so before I really get any further with scaping and all of that, I do wanna go ahead and set up my light and the heater. And Hygger, thankfully, was gracious enough to sponsor the light, the heater for this aquarium. So huge thank you to Hygger. I'll have all of their information down below, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up on the tank. That way I can, one, see what I'm doing, and then two, have the heater in place so we can hide it with the aquascape. So let's go ahead, I'm gonna get these unboxed and thrown onto the tank. Okay, so obviously the light is plugged in. This is the Hygger's Pro Timer Aquarium light, model HG221, the 30 watt version for a 30-inch tank. You can actually see now over here in this little corner what I was talking about with the sand in the little cave, which looks pretty cool. Now that I can actually see what I'm going to be doing, we're going to go ahead and scape the tank now. Alright, so really quick with this light, this is my first time ever really using it. It's pretty cool. It's got, you know, moonlight setting where it kind of dims the light almost completely down. Maybe hard to tell on the camera, but it's pretty cool there. And then it does have here, you keep clicking it. You can have 4 hour, 6 hour, 8 hour, or 12 hour, or just go straight to the brightness. You can dim it, which is really cool. Being able to control how bright it is. I'm going to keep it fully bright for now just for recording purposes. And then here, this button is for the power/mode, so you can change the color of the actual LEDs, which is really cool. You go through and then you go right back to that. And then this last button down here is for the daylight. So this will allow you to set how long you want the daylight on for. So you can do timer for the daylight and timer for the moonlight, which is pretty cool. And then on top of the Hygger light, we have the Hygger Smart Mini Aquarium Heater. So this is the 100 watt, which is for 10 to 26 gallons. I don't know if you guys can see it there, if it focuses. There we go. It's a pretty cool little heater. So let's go ahead, just unbox this. You got your suction cups and the heater. So as you can tell, this is a tiny little heater, smaller than my hand, which is perfect because you don't want a giant heater taking away from the aquascape. So let's go ahead. I'm going to figure out where we're going to toss this heater and then start aquascaping the tank. So for the aquascape, we've got this really cool manzanita wood. This was ordered on Etsy. A lot of pieces. There's a lot more soaking actually in the bathtub. So I picked some of the bigger pieces. We're going to be going for a forest look. So that's why I picked some of the bigger pieces to actually look like trees. You see this nice piece. These have some really nice color on it. So I do have some rocks because these were not waterlogged. So I have rocks that I'm going to glue to the bottom of these and shove them in the substrate. That way they do not float. Alright, so here we've got one of the pieces of driftwood you see here, and I glued it to a piece of slate. That way it doesn't float because these, again, are not waterlogged. So I'm going to do that to these other pieces here as well as these guys in here. And again, there's more pieces in the tub if we need more when we put it in the actual tank. Okay, so we've got the scape basically done. The heater is in the back left corner over there. And again, little forest theme. We've got different branches all over the place, you know, leaning, and this big one here fell over, quote unquote, and little split ones in the back. So it's going to look pretty cool once this is all filled with water and has plants in it too. So let's get to, I might just fill this up a little bit more with water and then we'll get to planting. Okay, so I got the tank kind of filled up. It is a little murky because of the stratum, which is, you know, expected. Now for plants, I have a bag here of plants. There is some Vesuvius sword, Nubius nana, and I believe some crypt parva in here. And my sister actually also bought Monte Carlo. I'm not even showing you guys. What the hell? You can see here the Monte Carlo, and then this is the Anubias and the other plants. And then I also got here weeping willow moss or willow moss or something like that to make these trees look like weeping willows. So that's going to be the plan. I'm going to be gluing the moss obviously to some of the tops of the driftwood. Some of these may not even get moss, just so it looks different, I guess. But a majority of these, again, will be getting the moss glued up on the top. Alrighty, so most of the plants are in. Vesuvius is in the back corner here. Crypt Parva, a couple plugs throughout here. And now I'm going to be working on the Monte Carlo. I took the tissue culture and broke it up into a whole bunch of few plugs. So that's going to get scattered all throughout the substrate here. Then we can go ahead and finish filling up this tank. Okay, so the Monte Carlo has been sporadically planted throughout the entire tank. You can kind of see over the top. It's clearing up a little bit, even just as everything settles. It will clear up a lot more. But next we're going to take the Monte Carlo, which is, or not Monte Carlo, the weeping moss in the bag here, and glue it to, like I said, the tops of some of these branches. This was primarily the ones that are underwater, obviously. So like that one back there, these two, this one might get some glued around here, that one there, this one we might glue like on this cross section here, maybe even growing up the log. That'd be pretty cool. And then this one over here, I'll probably get some glued right there too. So let's get to gluing. Okay, so we've got the tank filled up about as high as I want to go. Some of the moss is sticking out of the water, but should be fine. It'll grow fine anyway. You can see it is clearing up, so you can actually start seeing towards the back now, but you've got the Monte Carlo plugs throughout and some of the Crypt Parva at the bottom there, and then you got the little tunnel. A little upset because the dirt from the stratum settled on the top of the sand, so I don't know how I'm going to clean that up, but I'm going to figure that out somehow. Next, I got to, the heater's plugged in also already, so that's cool, and obviously the light's working, so next we got to get the fish inside the tank. Okay, so I did end up adding some floating Anubias and some catappa leaves in here. So you can see here, we've got leaves throughout and the floating Anubias. The Anubias isn't going to be floating forever. I got to get some rocks that I want to glue it to get it kind of at the base of the trees. So I will be coming back for that. But obviously the leaves will release tannins into the water, which is going to help. With drip acclimating the fish, so they are ready to go. I'm going to catch them by hand because I stupidly left the net at home. So all the fish are going to get, or at least the bettas are going to get caught by hand, and then everything else is just going to get dumped into the tank. Okay, the bettas have been added, as well as the coolie loaches, the other one's somewhere around there, and the tetras are over here. Oh, Red found her tunnel. She just came out of the tunnel. That's super cool. So the red female just came out of the tunnel, which is awesome. Exactly what we wanted. So now my sister's got the other 4 ember tetras in quarantine still. They're going to be there for at least another 2 to 3 weeks because they originally had ick and now they're over it, but still want to make sure they're good. As of now, The tank is pretty much done, except for obviously the Anubias needing to be glued to rocks, but that's going to be another day. And the tank does need to clear up too. It's clearing up a bunch as is, but we'll get clearer as time goes on. All right, guys, so that's the end of the video. We've got our little 20-gallon rimless, custom made by me, betta sorority with a few community fish in there as well. So hope you enjoyed. Like the video, let me know what you think of the tank, and subscribe to the channel because you don't want to miss the upcoming content. And actually, before we end the video, I do want to again say a huge thanks to Hygger for sending me over the light and the heater for this aquarium. This light is, I feel, going to do a great job with growing these plants, especially with the Monte Carlo, since it is a higher light plant. It should do absolutely great with this. And then the Crypt Parva, I don't see anything not growing with this light, and the heater already has the tank up to a nice warm 80 degrees. So these guys are going to be in great hands with these Hygger products. Again, huge thank you to Hygger. If you guys are interested in buying any of Hygger's products, check the links down below. I have the links for this light and this heater, as well as just their main page where you can buy a whole bunch of other products. If you spend $10, you get 10 points, and every 10 points is $1 off your next purchase. So go ahead, head to Hygger's website and buy a bunch of fish stuff.